I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
Where's Booby? Booby's been assassinated. They tried to assassinate the big homie. He's back.
And Vita and Chip.
Word of the day is remuneration. Five-finger death punch. Wash it all away. We've only done this band. This is like a mega popular band, and we've only done like 2 of their songs.
I know, but we liked them.
So this should be interesting. This is called Wash It All Away. If you want to see this one, Wash It All Away. There's no correlation to anything there.
There could be.
My Story Life. And if you want to wash away your last vestige of sanity and mental stasis, then you can watch my channel, Middle America Vin and Sori.
Yep.
Okay, so this is Wash It All Away, Five-Finger Death Punch. Let's do it.
And go. Well, damn, that was a good one.
I hope, don't take down our video, Five Finger.
I know, I hope they let us play this official. if they don't and we had to like take it out of there, just know we watched the official one and you should watch it too. It's really
people
good.
always say, why don't you watch the official video? Because it keeps getting taken down.
Yeah. Our videos get blocked.
They get,
Blocked!
yeah, it's not like demonetized, because, I mean, we've already... It doesn't,
You guys know we don't make money
For
off
those
our
of you
videos.
new to our channel, the vast majority of our videos are demonetized.
I keep getting these cramps.
I'm
good.
She's pregnant. And because we play them straight. So you'll notice like people will block their, no disrespect to them, I mean they're smart. If you block the channel, then I mean if you break up the song, if you interrupt every once in a while,
yeah.
it'll make it so that
If people want to see the whole song, they can go to their channel.
right, you can monetize it. So we play the whole thing straight too. So it's usually demonetized, but usually when we play official videos, they get blocked, so like you can't even see them. So I'm hoping they just take the money and let the people watch the video, huh? Yeah, so this is kind of like a live action type video. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So all these people are still alive?
These guys are still alive.
Okay, so this is the one band that we can look forward to seeing and be happy.
Yeah, we can look forward to seeing this band, inshallah.
This, okay, I'm going with the metal on everything, but this one, like when you can actually hear the lyrics, this would be really exciting to go see.
At a show.
Yeah.
Live show, yeah.
Do you see everybody's like jumping and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if we went to a show if it would actually be like that. Because all the shows, like, you don't see everybody like doing stuff like that. Remember I said I was expecting at the Behemoth show that everybody's gonna be like, wah! But is it the type of music that it is? Or is it the area that we're going to?
Well, Behemoth doesn't make like jumpy songs.
No, but this is fun.
Behemoth isn't like, they don't have that type of energy. And I'm not saying they don't have energy, they do. They've got a ton of energy. They just don't have jump up and down energy. It's not that type of thing.
No, it's true.
Because you can't be the devil and be jumping around.
No, you can't.
Like that.
This video is fun though.
Bunch of
like with them
chorus
all getting out of their,
around.
yeah, it wouldn't go. I see what you're saying. Wouldn't go. I like seeing everybody getting out of there. That's a really badass van they have that says their name on the side and everything.
You mean the bus, the tour bus?
What did I say, van?
You said van.
Well, you know what I mean.
This is very common actually.
Like they have their name on the side?
Yeah. That's
See, I wouldn't do that because I don't want people to find me.
Yeah, I would never do such a thing. I would show up in like a 1998 Camry or something like that. You know I would.
Go rolling in the back door.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
That's what you'd say, but then I'd find you with the people at the end. I know it.
Well, yeah, I would be with the people because I generally like being with people, but I would advertise, hey,
Come in front of my bus so I
come
can't
in
get
front
in.
of our bus so that we, But I mean, who knows? But these dudes, they were tooling up, they were gearing up, they were ready to go. They went to do jihad.
Yep.
That singer has a really, it was interesting because, you know, the reason I picked this song was because we were at the Behemoth show and they were doing songs in between songs. And this song came, no, it wasn't the Behemoth show, I'm sorry. It was a Nyapel Viscara show. And I said, one of these songs came on and I said, who is this? Because the voice sounded so familiar.
Yeah.
And then I leaned over to my buddy, I said, who is this? And he goes, this is Five Finger Death Punch. And I was
I thought somebody had told you on
no.
chat thing to listen to it.
I was like, oh, okay, whoa, we gotta listen to this song then. So here we are.
Here we are. Oh well,
Yeah, this is song. So this is very, very radio. This is a radio song.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's like, what was it, 3 minutes? 4 minutes?
Was it? Oh well, it was 4 minutes of fun. You could have doubled it for me. I'd have been happy. I'd have been fine with that too. It was fun. It felt perfect though. It felt perfectly, timed and, I loved it. I love the sound of the guy's voice. I like the energy that the band is putting off, and I like the positive feel. Oh, I mean, I understand what he's saying is not positive. I've given up on society, up on my family, up on, on your social disease. Like, I get like that. It's not. But at the same time, it can be a positive thing.
I just think people are. When did he write this? When did this record come out? 2015.
Oh,
I was right. That was the election year, pretty much. We're gearing up to the election, so yeah, I think it captures the exhaustion that people feel.
yeah. I like when he said, "I've given up on the media. Feeds my hysteria." sick of living down on my knees. And I think it's true. Like, you know, like I used to have a family member that would read the paper and then they'd be all sideways.
Yeah.
Because it was always bad stories. Sorry guys, I gotta have these mints because my stomach gets upset. But then it gets in the way of me talking. But they would get all paranoid about things and, you know, but I mean, I think that there was like good stories in the paper, but, you know, they weren't drawn to reading the good ones. They were drawn to reading those horrible stories, you know? Human nature, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's always been this collective angst about human nature, but when you're in our context with a 24-hour news cycle and YouTube and Facebook where you can constantly watch and rewatch, you know, something terrible happened or somebody said something reckless, you see it on the 6 o'clock news, and if you missed it, you missed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now forget it. You can watch it and rewind it and you hear like 9 different perspectives on it, and then there's the comment section. I'll tell you something.
The comment section.
The comment sections in YouTube is like one of the easiest ways to give up on humanity if you want to. Just terrible stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
People have no lines whatsoever. So I definitely can see, like, you know, I'm done with this stuff.
Yeah. You know, speaking of comment sections, you know how I've been doing the 20 questions on my channel with the kids?
Yeah.
So nobody got any thumbs down. Well, I mean, the baby's heartbeat, that got a thumbs down. And then Johan got a thumbs down. And so the kids were asking, who got a thumbs down? We want to know if anybody got thumbs down. And then somebody said that he was long-winded too. Wait, he was, but anyway, I didn't like that anything negative was said. Like, it kind of frustrated me, and I didn't like the thumbs down. So he asked me, he's like, because all the kids were wondering, he said, did I get a thumbs down? I said, why are you even asking me this question? And then he said, Mom, you can't make me live in a box. Like, I have to live in the real world. I need to know, did I get a thumbs down? I can deal with that. I said, well, there was one. But I felt bad telling him that there was one. But at the same time, like, I thought that was a really mature approach to say, you can't live in a box. Like, you're gonna get it. And then I told him, I was like, well, I got a thumbs down for the baby's heartbeat. Like, what kind of person thumbs down a heartbeat, you know? So, I don't know. But anyway, that was just comment section stuff. I mean, he's just a little 10-year-old boy, you know, when he gets a thumbs down.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady did that Tom versus Time thing. And then some idiot on
said something about
WEI
his
said
daughter.
something about his son.
Oh, I thought it was his daughter.
Yeah, his son would come in and, you know, whatever, and the guy called his son's, you know, his kids brats and whatever, and it's what happens.
Yeah.
You put yourself out there like that, you know, it's gonna happen, you know. So it's like, yeah, you could definitely. This song was kind of a little bit self-righteous. Obviously, it's like, I'm done with everything. It's like, well, what about you?
No, he's not the problem.
Yeah. There's nobody.
No.
And then it's like,
my mother used to say, it's the rest of the world that's wrong.
It's the rest of the world. You know, it's like,
I won't change for you.
I won't change. You know, it's like, I can't take the pain. Like, the rest of the world sucks, but I don't need to change. It's the world that needs to change.
Right.
And the only reason I bring that up, it's not necessarily just to criticize the big homie, but it's to say that that's one of the reasons why we're in the situation we're in.
What do you mean?
It's the idea that it's always everybody else's fault, and that the world is, you know, like, we've got to take responsibility for the 0.02% that's wrong with the world that we've contributed.
A society is made up of people. You're a person. Therefore, you take part of the society.
Well, right. But there's this radical individualism that says that you could be part of a bad society, but you yourself be totally good. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm very, very skeptical of radical individualism.
How can somebody say they're totally good?
I don't think if you sat anybody down and said, hey man, are you completely a good person? They would say absolutely. But in praxis...
Yeah. They're not like going out there whacking people with bats and stuff.
In the way they talk and the way they look at things, it comes... Because like in this song, for example, it comes out that way. Society's bad, media's bad, family's bad, and then when it comes to himself, he's not changing anything.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like... So that would give an untrained person the idea that you're just as good, just this good person who's poor you. You've been victimized by this terrible society.
Can anyone wash it all away? I'm waiting here. Can anyone wash it all away?
Yeah.
Like, So, but you're going to be the lone survivor as the whole world is washed away.
Yeah, but I think when you're young, yeah, you feel like that.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
when you start to like really open everything up and go
Yeah.
and see everything, it's very easy to feel that way. Especially like when you look at the media and how nasty everything is on the Republican and left wing, right wing, whatever you want to call it. It's very easy to like separate yourself from our current milieu but we've all got to be like, okay, what am I contributing to it? Because I can't. Here's why I'm spending the time on that. You can't change what Donald Trump is going to do. This is the thing about Jordan Peterson's thing about like social justice activism, which we've taken part in social justice activism.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
He's like, clean your room. It's like look into the areas of your life that are wrong and that are screwing up society and fix that. And then if you've got a circle of friends, work on becoming better people so that the people within the gravity of your circle of friends now have positive influence. And then when you get a bunch of that, well, then you can branch out and then, later on, then maybe we can, but it's like, it's so easy to point out what's wrong with everybody else and not kind of look at yourself. So I think that's what I'm saying. The way forward is not to always finger point at everybody and what's wrong with everybody. Is to kind of look at each other and go, okay, where can we improve?
Yeah.
Because if we're relying on Trump and the mainstream media or the Democratic Party or whoever it is to fix it,
Yeah.
and then there's kind of like this, like, I'm waiting for somebody to wash it away, which is probably a Genesis 6 flood the earth.
Yeah.
Let's do a redo type of
that's what it sounded like.
illusion.
Yeah.
And I always find that I find those illusions incredibly fascinating.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I pointed out.
Like across genres, like that continues to happen where people are asking for a flood and a redo.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
It's like,
You know what? That's one thing I can't relate with them on. I've never thought such a thing. I've thought, Lord, just kill me now. Take me now, Lord. But I've never thought, clear the whole world.
well, that's because you have a redemption of humankind ethic already built into your brain.
Well, I've wanted him to crush certain groups of people.
Crush them?
Oh yeah,
Like crush them?
crush them. You hurt kids, crush them.
Oh,
Gone.
yeah.
You're
yeah.
good day.
Yeah.
Good day.
Yeah.
And that there's no like waiting. Like the minute you do something to a kid, boop, you're flat. So that everybody knows. Look at that squash thing there. I'll never do that. Immediately. I think because I probably pictured like a giant thumb. That's probably.
Anytime somebody does something to a kid,
Yeah.
Allah just comes out and pancakes
Yeah, and then you
them.
just see a pile
Just pancakes and that's it.
of pancakes of.
SubhanAllah, Tawbah Shaitan Rajim. That's it. Okay? Of course, the major irony of this whole thing is that he's complaining from society, he separates himself from society, but at the same time, he's doing something extremely positive for society
Yeah.
by providing an outlet to people. And I think that's a job of the artist. So, like, on the one hand, like, I technically don't agree with the message of the well, it's interesting because I'm generally speaking a collectivist, meaning that you take part in the benefits and the sins, which would mean the culpability of your given culture or community that you identify with, whether you as an individual committed them or not. But I'm also an individualist in the sense of saying when the collective screws up, recognize that you're part of it. So that's where the collectivism comes in, but the individual comes in and says, okay, now you work on finding ways to fix it from within the system.
Yeah, what is that?
You don't need to
proverb?
go outside of it and just dispense with it.
Yeah.
You deal with it from within the system.
Yeah.
So if there's something's wrong with your family, something's wrong with your whatever, your team, whatever, you don't, you stay within and try to correct it as best you can.
Yeah.
So
You know, there's
what
that-
proverb?
It's not in the Bible. It's like some Chinese proverb or something, and they say like a small pebble causes a great ripple or something like
Yeah.
like what is that one?
Yeah, it's basically something like that.
Like I wish that I could
stuff.
say it in like that, like
Yeah,
the wise
with the
sound.
sagacity
Yeah.
of the.
but anyway, you get the idea, you know what I mean?
Well,
So
yeah,
it's like that.
these guys are what, 4 or 5 guys,
Yeah.
and they're going in and they're moving. You know, all they're doing is just putting vibrations in the air.
Yeah.
Vocal cords or guitar cords or drum skins, and
Yep.
and they're changing stuff for the better. And so that's kind of the thing. It's like it's one of those things where the song is like the guy's checking out of society or whatever, but in reality he's contributing a great deal to society.
Right. Yeah.
And that's probably the most powerful thing about rock and roll. You know, is the ability to be able to do that, make that happen. These guys are they look like they put together a very, very good show.
I think that sometimes that's even a healthy thing to do. Like
What?
to give up in a sense on the things around you, because none of those things are going to be your salvation.
Right.
You know, I would always, think, okay, the church, my family, the laws of the government, all these different things, like all of these structures of authority that were around me, I put a lot of trust in those things.
Right.
And then when they fail you, which they inevitably will, because they're made up of people that
Are like you.
yeah, are like you, yeah. So, and then getting to the point where you give up on them, but not in the sense of that you want to, trash them all, but just that you say, okay, you know what, I can't expect that I'm going to find my salvation, you know what I mean, in those things. It's got to be something.
Well, the interesting thing about the flood narrative, I think the major point of the story that people miss is that eliminating human beings from the earth will not solve the problem.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
the major conclusion that God comes to in Genesis 8, where he says, never again will I flood the ground on account of man, because he is evil from his birth. Which means God is saying, look, if I did this because of man, I'd have to do it every generation.
Yeah.
You guys are evil from your birth, so we're not gonna handle the situation with a flood.
Yeah.
And it's basically saying, look, this is what y'all deserve, but I'm not gonna do it if I want to keep you guys on the planet. That's the
Yeah.
entire point. It's not, So it's a very interesting, but I think this is a way forward. Like, everybody in the society comes together. What is your gifts? What are you good at? Bless the people around you. I'm sure they did, an hour and a half set. Give people something to look forward to. And they seem to have like a lot of camaraderie, like with the crowd.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like togetherness with the crowd.
Yeah,
and
I thought so too.
things like that. So like, I think that this is one of those examples where the message is contradictory in a really, really good way.
Yeah.
Because the guy is like quitting on his culture and quitting on society, when in reality
out there rocking for them.
he's contributing something eminently valuable to them. I think that's great. I think they did a really, really good job here. What do you got?
Well, I have a question that I was thinking about today. Maybe I need to think about it more, but if I ask here, you'll just give me the answer. So
Or not.
why does God even maybe I already know the answer. Why does God want to keep someone on the, let's say somebody is just it's just misery every single day of their lives, and they perceive that the misery is going to continue on for all of their days, but that God situates it in such a way where they would never end their own life, but why would God keep them around on the planet? Let's say when the person dies, they were a Christian and they were going to go with God. So why does he want them on the planet rather than just where he is? Why let them carry on in their misery?
Because there's other people on the planet.
What do you mean?
Because there's other people on the planet, and that person has purposes for those other people. If life was just about you and yourself, or me or myself, then that question carries a lot of weight. But if life is about God and other people primarily, and not about me primarily, then it doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think probably when somebody's in that misery state, they're not thinking of other people.
Yeah.
So.
Well. But
There you have it.
But I think there's a reason God kept this guy around, so he could write this stuff, and then he could inspire millions of people.
Well, yeah, but some people, it's obvious that they're doing something, and then other people, it's less obvious.
Well, I mean, all of us build more than what we actually see. We're not really going to see the impact of everything our words have ever done or our actions have ever done until this is all over. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm sure, like these guys don't know what they've done for people. Mm-hmm. I mean, people have told them, but the full impact of the positive energy that they've put off into the world, mm-hmm. and the good that they've done. You know, I told Lindsay, I said, you know, you're doing God's work, which is pretty crazy because she's in Cradle of Filth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's probably some negative stuff there that they're all going to have to answer for, but I also think there's a lot of good stuff that mm-hmm. they've done that God's going to say, mm-hmm. good on you. Mm-hmm. So, you know, life here, the few moments we have on this planet is about other people. Mm-hmm. It's about God and other people first, and then, you know, mm-hmm. once you're done that purpose, then he goes and he street lights come on, you come home. Mm. So, there's that. What do you give the song?
Oh, 10.
It's a 9 for me.
How can it be a 9?
A little bit too formulaic.
What? What does that mean?
It's just a formula. It's like, 4 minutes on. Nothing groundbreaking riff-wise. I mean, I don't think this is like a classic.
Oh, I thought it was so fun.
I really think it's like a classic song. Like.
Oh, I loved it. It's 10.
Yeah, but it's a great song. Good message. Good conversation starter.
They're definitely in my little bucket.
Think of Five Finger Death Punch, yeah.
Like my bucket of like bands that I like. I really like Typo. I really like Pantera. I really like them. I hope that it continues.
You're gonna put these guys on the level of Pantera?
I put them in there with Typo. I said my bucket of stuff I like.
Stuck for a lot. Okay. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.